The FIFA World Cup is the ultimate stage of football, a multi-billion-dollar spectacle where nations construct giant cathedrals of glass and steel to project power to the world. But behind the modern glamour lies a hidden history of architectural madness, political ego, and sheer disbelief. From a concrete colossus that held 250,000 people to a humble neighborhood pitch that literally vanished off the face of the earth and a spaceship-like arena deep inside the jungle. These are the biggest, smallest, and strangest World Cup stadiums ever built. The biggest. Imagine 200,000 people packed into a single concrete bowl, creating a roar so loud it changed the local weather. This was the Maracanã in 1950, the largest crowd to ever witness a football match. For the 1950 World Cup, Brazil wanted to show the world their football dominance by building the ultimate fortress. In Rio de Janeiro, the Maracanã. On July 16th, 1950, Brazil faced Uruguay in the decisive final match. The official count was 173,000, but that was just the beginning. In reality, the gates were breached. Modern estimates suggest that between 200,000 and 250,000 people were packed inside the concrete tiers like sardines. It remains the largest crowd to ever watch a football match in human history. The sound was described as a continuous deafening roar until the unthinkable happened. Uruguay scored the winning goal, silencing 250,000 people in an instant. A stadium so massive it created its own climate and hosted a national tragedy that Brazil would never forget. The smallest. From the biggest stadium in history, we travel back to the very beginning, 1930, and the smallest World Cup stadium to ever exist. Estadio Pocitos in Uruguay. A tiny neighborhood pitch belonging to Peñarol, and it looked exactly like a Sunday league game in a public park. The capacity? 1,000 permanent seats. Crowds were so small and close that fans stood directly on the touchline, practically breathing down the players' necks. On July 13th, Lucien Laurent of France scored the first ever goal in World Cup history right here. But Pocitos' fate was short-lived. As Montevideo expanded, the stadium was completely demolished and swallowed by the expanding city, replaced by houses and roads. It took architects decades of searching through old records just to find the exact street intersection where World Cup history began. Today, people drive to work every single day right over the historic spot where the first goal was scored. The Strangest. Finally, a giant modern stadium built in the middle of the Amazonas for the 2014 World Cup. It's like an opera house, dropped into the middle of the jungle as out of place as a skyscraper in a small English village. It stands out as a monument of pure human hubris. Constructed in the remote city of Manaus, this $300 million arena was designed to look like a traditional indigenous straw basket. The madness. Manaus is located deep inside the heart of the Amazon rainforest, completely isolated. There are no roads connecting it to Brazil's major football hubs. Every single steel beam had to be shipped by boat for weeks up the Amazon River. Even worse, the city had no elite First Division club to fill the 40,000-seat arena after the tournament ended. Today it sits mostly empty, a multi-million-dollar monument to excess slowly rotting in the humid jungle air. It has become history's most expensive white elephant. Subscribe to Extra Time History and let us know in the comments your favourite biggest, smallest or strangest stadium.